Today, I'm joined by Brian Robinson from the Lloydminster Crosscountry Ski Club to talk about what this year's season will look like. So, last year, we saw a big rise in the popularity of cross-country skiing. Are you expecting that to hold on for this year as well?
Looking that way with this fourth wave happening and with all the uncertainties with getting together in large groups, I'm seeing lots of interest in cross-country skiing again for this winter.
Yeah.
Getting lots of emails, people wanting to rent skis for this upcoming season. So I've got like 40 or 50 skis that potentially I could rent here in the next month or so to people. So it's going to be crazy.
And so, did you face any kinds of challenges last year with how popular the sport was?
We didn't, because we had a pretty good supply of lots of used skis that were donated, but we'd also bought some equipment in the last few years. So we rented out 75 sets of equipment last winter, but that pretty much cleared out our stock. We had rarely any left for day use for people that came out with no skis. Our inventory was just about zero.
So, how would people be able to get on the list for these rentals? Where could they sign up?
Yeah, we on our Lloydminster Cross Country Ski Club website, there's a contact form at the bottom that you can just fill out what you need, and then that message will come to me, and then I'll just reply back to them with their requirements and when we can get together. But our clubhouse is like 20 minutes east of Lloyd here, so we have to meet the people out there for proper sizing of boots and skis and poles and stuff.
So, how many sets of skis do you have available to rent?
Well, I mean, like I said, we had 75 or 77 rented out last year, and that pretty much took our stock down. So if we get this other stuff, we'll have over 100 sets of equipment to rent out.
And so, are there any changes that are going to be made for this year's season to just account for the more people out there?
Well, we're changing, we're just kind of modifying some of our trails out there so we can, because there's lots of hills and valleys out there where we ski, but we're trying to get some easier trails set up for newcomers and people that just like skiing out on the flat ground without any hills. So we're doing a little bit of that, but we also set our trails at the Lloydminster Golf and Country Club, as well as Rolling Green. We set trails there last year as well for half the season. So, and those are all pretty flat terrain, and they're good for the new skiers.
And does the club offer any kind of programs for new skiers or people who are wanting to try out the sport?
Well, that's a good question, because last March, one of our fellows that's a very excellent skier and done lots of training and teaching, he did some courses last year at the golf course, and he just set up a bunch of ski trails on the first number one fairway, and I think he had like 3 groups of like 6 people per group, and it was three different sessions, I think, that he did. So we had over 20 people come out to these 3 different sessions with him, and he's very knowledgeable. He's taught kids how to ski back in Saskatoon, and so it was very worthwhile, and hopefully he'll do that again this year because it was very well received.
And where would new skiers be able to find more information about the sport?
Oh, just our Cross Country Ski Club website is probably the best place. There's not a lot of information on there, but at least there's contact information. And I mean, we're having an AGM actually this Wednesday. It's going to be a virtual through Zoom, but best way is just to go to the website and get a hold of us through there.
Now it's just a matter of waiting for the snow to come, I guess. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me.